Go ahead, Jackie.
Thanks, Jen. Going back to the Friday meeting with the Prime Minister, the President said that the Indian press was better behaved than the U.S. press, but the Indian press is ranked 142nd in the world, according to Reporters Without Borders, for press freedoms. I mean, how does he say that about the U.S. press compared to the Indian press?
Well, I would just say to you that having now worked for the president, serving in this role for 9 months, having seen that he's taken questions from the press more than 140 times, including today and Friday, that he certainly respects the role of the press, the role of the freedom of free press. We ensure that we have press with us, of course, when we travel, that we have press with us for sprays in foreign capitals, and we will continue to. And I think that should speak to his commitment to freedom of press around the world.
I want to go back to the border on Friday. The Secretary of Homeland Security said that 12,000 migrants were released into the U.S. to have their cases heard by an immigration judge. 2,000 were expelled via flights. But we now have another group of migrants that's crossed the southern border of Mexico, could end up on the U.S. Southern border within the next month or so. So does the White House believe the message of deterrence, border is closed, do not come, is working?
Well, Jackie, the White House believes that, and the president believes that our immigration system is incredibly broken. And we saw a surge. We've certainly seen a surge of migrants come to the border recently. We saw a surge back in 2019. We saw a surge back in 2014. Until we fix the system and we have a more effective and operational immigration system, until we have an asylum processing system that works at the border, we're going to continue to see cyclical challenges like this. And we've seen them across Democratic and Republican presidents. So our objective continues to be not just addressing, obviously, the challenges we saw in Del Rio last week, but working with Congress to get immigration reform passed so we can fix the broken system and ensure we can have a better operational process moving forward.
It's going to get fixed when the immigration bill has been, stalled in Congress since the president took office. It's been tough to even get something like roads and bridges passed. That's coming to a head this week. How is that going to work when there's also this backlog of 1.3 million cases that are waiting to be heard, and on average it's taking 2.5 years for cases to be processed from the notice to appear to the case completion? That's almost double from a year ago. So what tools is the president going to use, because Congress is very slow right now?
Well, we would argue that for all of those Republicans who are standing at the border and giving speeches about how broken the system is, why don't you join us and be a part of the solution instead of relying on speeches? Because we can work together and get immigration reform passed and make the system work and make it operational. Well, we can have border restrictions that make sense. We can have a humane system that ensures that people can apply for asylum in an equitable way. That's something we all agree the system is broken. I think the question is who's going to work with us to get changes done to make it better.
Republicans are saying that a major reason that this bill can't move is because there's not enough border security provisions in it. Is the president going to bolster border security in order to pass immigration reform?
If Republicans are eager to have a conversation about comprehensive immigration reform, we're happy to have that conversation. We haven't seen any willingness or appetite to do that. All we've seen is speeches and talking points to date. Go ahead.